Hello, folks. No Hunter here. Been quite a while since I produced a show, but I just got to where I was just having to come up with everything in the world to make a show, and I didn't like that. I don't want to do it unless I got something of really quality or something that I really feel strongly about to do the show. So I got a few things that's happened since the last show I've done that I want to talk about. Okay. One is about hunting down here in the Brookhaven area, in the Lincoln County area and all, in the National Forest and all. I know Mississippi has a tremendous amount of deer. But this area right here where I live, believe me, there's not that many deer left. They have been killed out. And I can't prove this, but I've thought about it, and other people thought about it and all that. The insurance company has a whole lot to do with our seasons and our baglands and stuff. They don't want to have to pay automobile repair work that's been hit a deer or something.
And can I ask a quick question? How many times have you hit a deer in your life? You've hit quite a few, haven't you?
I've only hit 2 deer in my life,
but still
a lot less than most people have.
But most people hit them, so that's a valid reason. Go on, sorry. I just wanted to ask.
And the reason I'm making a statement, and it could be totally false, it's just the way I feel about it, some others don't feel that way too, is if you look at the way they got the seasons, they have special seasons and stuff for does. Now, you kill your does, you're killing your deer herd, okay? I mean, you can kill like 5 does, and $3, which is a lot of deer. Well, on private land, you can shoot does the whole hunting season. During the primitive weapon season, you can use any gun you want to use. You don't have to use a primitive weapon. You can use a 30-06 automatic, whatever you want to use. So that's telling me there, that they're wanting to really thin the deer population down. Well, they've done a damn good job of it, believe me. I had some friends that lived about 15 miles north of here that I hunted on for the last 20 years. And it's 40 acres of private land. And I harvested all the deer we needed every year. Well, they got up in their 90s and wasn't able to really take care of the place, take care of themselves like they should. So my great-grandson would sell out and move over there to Louisiana and get a place right there by him where they could watch over them. And that's what they done. So I didn't get to hunt on that 40 acres this past year. Well, we got, I don't know how many thousand acres of national forest between Brookhaven and Natchez. We have a lot of national forest. It's some of the most beautiful land you've ever been on in your life. Huge, great big pine trees, huge big white oak spaces, great big acres. And I mean, just beautiful habitat for deer, beautiful habitat. When I first moved up here 20 years ago, I hunted a couple of years over there. And I done pretty good. I'm well pleased. I've seen a lot of deer. Now, in fact, we first moved here, every time we went to Natchez, and we didn't see 6, 7, 8, 10 deer going and coming. Something was wrong. The last 3 or 4, 5 years, we've only seen 1 or 2 deer. I mean, you don't even see them alongside the road like you used to. It don't take an idiot to figure out that, hey, if you ain't seeing the deer, that means you ain't got deer. Well, I hunted over there this season, this year, and it's been hunted pretty heavy. And I have no problem with non-resident hunters hunting our land. I have no problem at all. What I have a problem is the amount of deer that's been taken off our land and not leaving enough to replenish. And I blame a lot of that on the Mississippi Game and Fish with their liberal seasons and stuff. I only hunted over there about 10 times. And I talked to over there, as I see them, I talk to them. Most of them from Louisiana, had people in Mississippi hunting with dogs. And there'd be a bunch of them. I mean, there'd be 20, 25 standard. They'd be running 30 dogs. I mean, they were covering some ground, and they wasn't really seeing hardly no deer. And when you run that many dogs and that many standards, you don't see many deer. I tell you, Bob, I see many deer. Well, we had couple of days, pretty good rain. And I went over there when it stopped raining the next day, and that morning I hunted. And on the way out, I went way back up in there, and I drove probably, I don't know, 4 miles probably or more. You know, see, each side of the gravel road is like sandy ditches to where if a deer stepped there, it's going to leave a track. The first time I done, I seen 2 sets of deer tracks in about 4 or 5 miles. About 3 weeks later, I done it again. I seen 1 set of deer tracks. Now, it don't take a genius to figure out. You know, them deer cross the road constantly. They're going to leave tracks after a rain. Well, you don't see no tracks, that tells you right there, hey, there's no deer. I talked to one young man. I stopped at the service station to get some gas. I talked to this one young man. He was a driver with the dogs. He said he ain't seen a deer in 3 days. Now, we out there beating the bush with a pack of dogs trying to jump deer, and you don't jump or see deer in 3 days, that ought to tell you something, too. I think they need to shut the national forest down for a couple of years, let them deer replenish themselves. Because I got pretty disgusted. I love deer hunting. I love deer hunting more than about anything in the world. But when you sit there day after day after day after day, day after day, day after day, and you don't even see a little yearling or a doe or nothing, much less a legal buck you can shoot, it gets pretty discouraging. And I think that the Mississippi Game and Fish needs to take a closer look at our seasons and the amount of deer, and especially the does that we can kill. Now, I do know this. There's probably places in Mississippi that, yeah, you need to keep the same regulations because they're probably overpopulated with deer. But down here in this area around Brookhaven area, going towards Natchez and all, and Lincoln County and Jefferson County, all like, no. They need to look this over close and maybe do something with the season, or cut down the amount of does that's being killed or something. Try to get our deer herd back. And if the insurance company doesn't want to pay to have cars fixed to hit deer, well, guess what? Maybe they need to get in another line of business instead of depleting our deer to keep having to pay, car insurance. Well, I've raved on about enough, so I'm gonna get off the air. But I know there's probably a lot of hunters feel like I do, and I'll look at see you later, folks. I got one thing I always say when I get ready to close. Remember this: life is short, and death is forever. See you later, folks.